Hello and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Eric, joined once again with Derek.
Derek.
Generic Hour, which means General Hospital 1993, May 12th to the 20th. Tommy will roll the credits and we'll chat. And follow us to Patreon afterward for May 21st. Hopefully big things happen. There's a lot of stuff happening in these episodes, so I feel like something will happen.
And it's a Friday episode, so it could be a good one.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I don't keep track sometimes because if we watch too many, I think, what did we watch? 7?
Yeah. 6, and we're going to watch 7, yeah.
It's a lot. Brenda was hardly on, and I kind of wish Brenda was like the way she is in like the Ned scenes and the Julia scenes. But then she gets with Karen and is annoying. So I'm like,
yeah,
I just want to smack her. But she's like likable, as just kind of being like everybody's little confidant, like the way it is in these episodes. I thought it was kind of fun.
Right.
Also, I'm going to say, I said it in 1982, and I'll say it here. Rest in peace, Denise Alexander. Of course, she's not in these years, but she's a fabulous character. If you have not seen her stuff, a lot of it's on YouTube, so you can see it. But she's so good as Leslie Weber. I've only seen her in the primetime special when she returned, and then like the sporadic episodes. And I was never like a faithful GH watcher until like 2012, I want to say, something like that.
Yeah, she's not on then, I don't think so.
No, she's like on sporadically throughout when Laura returned and all that stuff, but not enough. Like she's so good in the 80s stuff. I see why she was like part of a big couple several times because she was on Days first, then GH, then Another World, and on Another World she was in a super couple as well. So she's just good. Like she's just good.
And Tommy and I just watched her first appearance on Sunset Beach the other day, so it's really funny.
When she was in that?
She was in the end of 97, yeah. She played a nun.
Was it like a good part, or was it kind of just like a small
Well,
role?
we just started it. I don't remember her being in it, so we'll see. Like it was our first episode, so yeah.
I would assume they'd give her a little something, like probably maybe she's on a week or two. I remember Sunset Beach doing that, where they'd have like random actors on for like a week or so here and there.
Yeah.
I do remember that about it because I would tune in like for certain actors that I liked. Not that I didn't like the show. I watched I think One Life to Live and Days back then regularly, and it's just a lot of soap watching as we still do currently
to this day.
So Jagger continues to search for his brother and sister throughout all these episodes. We find out that Michael ran away. Gina seems to be doing okay. She's been adopted, but her parents don't want her to talk to him. Brenda's at the Q's. She's just working. She bugs Tracy. She talks to AJ about Nikki. She tries to give him advice, and then he's kind of a dick to her too, because who is she to really give advice? But she tells him to move on, as he should. So she's giving him good advice, but he's like, well, I forget what he said. Something about Jagger. Is that what you did with Jagger or something? And it kind of offended her. She's like, that ain't cool.
Right.
We find out the detective found Nikki. So she coming. Jagger is mad that he can't see Gina, of course. So he wants to try to do whatever he can. He goes back to the judge, and I think this is where he like breaks into the office, or he just is left in the office, and he kind of searches through things. The judge finds him, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I can't do that."
I know that judge from somewhere, and I have not figured it out.
I know, it's killing me. I feel like he's one of those people, like that one guy that played the Reverend and everything from the 80s and 90s.
Something like that. Yeah, I know him. I know his voice too. I was like, I know that voice.
He's been the judge in Days. I feel like he's been on like all the soaps at some point. I know him too. I have to research it more. It's hard to find it because I forget his name, but I have to hunt it
Yeah.
down. So yeah, he busts him. Um, of course, Jagger was like looking for. I guess he was looking for Gina's place of like to stay or contact information.
Yeah.
Karen, of course, backs Jagger. She'll try to help him. Paul confronts him at one point. He's like, "Dude, I tried to hook you up with this judge. Like, he was trying to help you. You got to go play by the rules." He's like, "Back off. Like, just back off, and let the system play it out." Jagger's like, "No, I'm doing what I want to do, and that's just how it is." Jason and Brenda are hanging out, and I think Jason asks her to the prom at
Yeah.
this point. Of course, she tells Karen and Jagger she's going to the prom. She's like, "Oh, you're not going to the prom, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we are." Just to be annoying, I guess, because I don't know if they were planning it or not. Of
Hmm.
course, she has to be a jerk. Robin's around, and she says, "I guess Brenda might actually care about Robin." And she's like, "Are you bothered by me going with Jason? Because I know you had a crush on him. If it's a big deal, I really don't want to hurt you." And Robin's okay with it. She's
Hmm.
like, he never really liked me. He's older than me. Whatever. It is what it is.
Right.
Um, so yeah, not too much Brenda, but I did like the funny parts with her and Ned too.
Hmm.
I think I included that in
Yeah,
Julia.
she definitely has a thing for Nick. It's just like if I had a guy like you, I would never let you go.
I know. And I was a little bit nervous that this was going to lead down a path that I really wouldn't like. I don't like Ned as it is. So if he's looking at a teenager, I'd be like, come
No.
on, dude. Exactly. No. Um, so let's talk about Bill, Holly, Victoria. um, so Bill, I guess, is trying to repair his relationship with Sly a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Sly is over it anyway. You can
I
tell.
love how Sly's just very indifferent. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go to school. Bye."
He could give two shits. Like he's
He
like,
does
I'm
not
here,
care.
I'm here to eat breakfast, and I'm leaving.
I love
Um,
that. That was great.
yeah. Tiffany and Holly catch up. Holly and Bill reconnect, and then Victoria shows up. I'm like, oh, all right. So yeah, we're doing it. We're doing the trio, and then we still have Richard around doing whatever the hell he's doing. I don't know. I don't know the storyline. I'm over it. It's not interesting. I just love Holly and I love Emma Sam, so whatever. I will continue to talk about it as long as Emma is involved.
Yeah.
Um, so Bill lets Victoria stay with him. Richard and Bill are with Tony. He's examining Victoria to see if he can help get her eyes back. I forget, like, what is his job, Tony? Like, what doctor is he? Do we know? Is he a
He
medical
oh
doctor?
my god, Karen and I just talked about this not too long ago. He is a it's something to do with the brain. What was it? He's not an
So,
oncologist. He's like a
so I guess he can do eye surgeries or eye con.
it's like cranial, like brain stuff. Yeah. What's that called?
I just feel like they kind of throw things out as they go along because
Yeah.
he's just for brain. He's doing eye stuff too, and I don't know if that has to do with your brain or not. So
Hmm.
Richard and Holly talk. They feel like the third wheel. Tony says Victoria is a candidate for cornea. What is it? Transplant.
Right.
So he has to do with that as well. Um, where is that it for them? Oh, Bill and Victoria run into Holly. Um, Victoria and Sly seem to hit it off pretty well.
Yeah.
Um, he says that he doesn't really like Holly because when she's around, that Bill always is like going on adventures, but that's Bill's problem.
Right.
Bill wants nothing to do with his child, In fact, I'm hoping that if Bill dies, that Scotty will get custody of Sly because I feel like that's the way it should go.
Yeah,
I
he's
know Sly's not on,
really
but
good with him.
I'm assuming he goes off with Jenny. So Jessica, Mac, Sean, all that fiasco. Jessica tells Mac and Sean to cop a plea. Oh, to wrap up the case. Jessica wants to wrap it up. She knows the DA will want it wrapped up, right?
Yep.
Um, Jessica wants to know where Felicia is. She's like, "You gotta trust me. Like, this is how we gain trust around here." I don't know why you won't tell me. Um, bleh. Sean and Tiffany meet on the docks. She tells him that she's pregnant. He seems pretty happy.
Mhm.
They kiss, and I guess they make up. Or
Yeah, I was confused because I think Tiffany interpreted they're back together, and Sean's like, "We need to talk."
yeah, but then and then Sean tells Mac about Tiffany and Jess. Um,
Hmm.
Tiffany goes to see Sean. Jessica's in his bed. It was like at his hotel that he's staying at, and Tiffany's at the door right now. So we're like, oh,
I
we might-
loved Jessica just chilling in the bed, and Tiffany's slamming on the door, and I was like, "What is she gonna do? She's just chilling."
um, like I felt like she might want to get busted.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, I also feel like Sean should tell Tiffany because they were separated anyway.
Right.
I don't. Tiffany will take it well either way, but I don't think she'll take it well if she finds out another way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So either way, she won't take it well. So I don't know how he thinks he's going to get away with this, but whatever. He's an idiot.
No.
Tiffany goes to see Mac. She seems to have hope for her and Sean. Mac's like confused as he's in prison. He's just like, whatever. Sean and Jessica order dinner at the hotel. Um, she mentions that Tiffany came by. He doesn't like say anything. I'm like, this is your opportunity, bud. Like,
Right.
he's causing his own problems at this point, in my opinion.
I agree.
Tiffany calls Sean while he is with Jessica. Tiffany tells Bobby she's pregnant. Sean's stepping up his plan for Ryan, which I feel like he's always doing anyway. Nothing new there. Jessica and Sean are still together. He's not saying anything.
Yeah.
My nerves. Tells Tiffany he wants to work things out with her when he meets up with her again. Sean didn't tell Felicia that Tiffany was pregnant, and Felicia doesn't know why, and I don't either. So I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
Tiffany and Jessica talk at Kelly's, and she tells Jessica she's pregnant.
Her face. Jessica's facial expressions are like my favorite thing ever. They're so funny.
She played fake really well, though.
She did. She was really hurt when Sean told her that he was getting back together with Tiffany, and I felt so bad for her.
Well, this alone crushed her. So,
Yeah,
as you see in her face, and
yeah.
she questions Tiffany about Sean, and Tiffany's like hopeful and like, oh, it might get back together, or we're talking and all this stuff.
Mhm.
She tries to call Sean, and she's like devastated, like crying at the phone, and I'm like,
Oh
oh
my
my.
god, I felt bad for her.
I did, but I probably won't soon because I know where it's going.
Yeah.
Jessica meets up with Sean. She feels used, and she goes off on him.
He did
Tiffany
use
goes,
her. So
what?
he did use her. He even told Mac he used her. So like, because they
Yeah,
need Ryan. So
yeah. I mean, yeah. There's no easy way out of it. I mean,
yeah.
but you can use people, and you can also tell them things.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like he doesn't even plan on telling her. It feels like
No.
that. Like she ain't going anywhere. You work with the woman. Like I don't understand where you're coming from here.
Mhm.
but whatever. Tiffany goes to Sean with toys, and she's all excited and went shopping and all this, and he's still not saying a peep, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, oh this is great." Jessica tells Sean to watch his back.
He better watch his back.
And later, Sean had gone to see Felicia, and Jessica followed him. So now she knows where Felicia is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, how did you feel about that stuff?
I loved it. Like, it was fun. I love Jessica. She's one of my favorite characters right now.
I see why. She's a good actress. I wonder where she went.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that I'm excited for her to find out, for Tiffany to find out about the affair. That we know that's coming. So
I am, but I feel like we just got Tiffany back to normal
we
Tiffany.
did. We did.
Um,
It's sad that Tiffany's kind of back to herself, and now she's going to find out all this stuff.
so yeah, so Tiffany obviously isn't doing the pills anymore, not drinking, and she talked to Bobby
And
at one part, and she's like, and she had mentioned that they had gone to the park and BJ went along, and I was like, and they're kind of getting along. It's like she's like, see, and they're like kind of like acting like they were before when they were friends.
mm-hmm.
Um, Bobby's still, I guess, because they're holding back about Felicia. I think
Mm-hmm.
Bobby feels a little guilty because I could see something in her face.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she's like, we're not telling this the whole, like, we probably should have included her type thing.
I think Tiffany's gonna be more upset that Sean didn't tell her about Felicia than she will be about Jessica. But that's just what I.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's good. It's not gonna go well for
No.
either scenario.
Did you remember the episode when you watched it? Like,
Yes, I did. It was the episode. Well, we'll get to it later, but it's with AJ and Nikki. That's the scene that I remembered.
well, we could do that now. Jason and AJ talk about Alan and Nikki. Obviously, he's still gonna go look for because the detective finds her just a little bit later. AJ prepares to go see Nikki. Alan tries to stop him. Jason takes him to the airport. Um, Alan flips shit about Nikki. AJ's like en route to find her. We see a newly created flashback with Sean Kanan and Nikki,
Yeah.
the actress that plays her. I don't know her name.
I remember that scene with the original AJ because it was when we first started the podcast. So
I thought I remembered seeing Nikki before, but I swear I didn't watch till later. But I might have been seeing because I know Karen recorded stuff, and we used to show each other, or like I used to show her Day stuff. She used to show me GH stuff. So I'm
mhm,
thinking that's the only way I would have seen Nikki before this.
yeah.
Was something she had showed me or something. Alan is worried that AJ will bring Nikki back, and he of course yells at Monica and Jason like it's all your fault. It's everybody else's fault but Alan's, of course, because that's Alan,
Never his fault.
right? AJ and Nikki talk. Nikki says Alan threatened to cut him off from his trust fund,
And that
but
AJ did not know that fact.
did he?
Yes, he
Did he?
did.
I didn't remember that.
So when he paid Nikki off, he said, "You can either take the money, or AJ is going to be cut off, and you're not going to be. And if you marry AJ, he's not going to get anything." And she's like, "Okay." So she took the money.
And she took the money, she says, because she's like, I had no money, and
Mhm.
why not? So basically, so I don't know. I still don't know if she cared about him or not. Do we ever officially find out?
I think she did to an extent, but I think she was more about the money.
Getting married to
Yeah.
Quartermain more than the money.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I mean, she does try to tell him like nicely a couple times, like to not hurt him. So
Hmm.
I really don't know. You said she was only around for a couple episodes, so I guess she ain't going back with him.
I don't think so.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. But that's all I got for them.
Yeah, that scene where he was creeping in the beach house when he first got there, that was the scene I remembered. I was like, I remember this scene.
Yeah. Was that like didn't she look in the mirror and he was like
That
there?
was another thing I remembered. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember that too."
A little creepy.
But I don't remember the Victoria Bill Holly thing. I totally don't remember anything about it.
That's well, we know
Mhm.
why. So Sean and Felicia talk. Ryan's talks about Ryan's mama news. That his mom put him down in the past, called him Rye Baby, all this stuff.
Mhm,
Possible abuse in the past, but they're not 100% sure.
mhm.
Felicia calls Ryan again, and she says that she talked to his mom and calls him like Rye Baby and shit, and it really gets to him this time. He's getting
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
I I get that they want to catch him, but I just don't feel like this is the right way to go.
And he's being horrible to Audrey. Oh my god.
Horrible. He almost killed the bitch.
I know, right? Well, he threatened to kill her.
Not that Audrey's a bitch. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is what I have next. Audrey wants reports from Ryan, and he's like, "Well, weren't the patients first? Like the patients come first. Like trying to take care of that. You know, like whatever. I got things to do."
Mhm.
Um, Bobby sneaks in Ryan's office and steals the picture of his mom. Um, Steve comes along and talks to him. Ryan discovers his mom's picture is missing. He wants to know where the picture is. He's trying to get Steve and Monica to help him. Um, Ryan picks on the nurses. Audrey tells him off. Audrey's always up his ass. That's probably why he snapped.
Yeah.
But she really is. But
Mhm.
I think that's a part of their plan, though, is like for her to be on him because
Right.
with all of these things that they're doing, he's like missing steps in his job, and it's so Audrey does have legit reasons to like confront him, but I feel like
Mhm.
she is putting herself in danger. So I wouldn't be surprised if Audrey
Yeah.
gets knocked out at some point by Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Something's gonna happen.
I feel like that's where it's heading. Um, Felicia asks Sean about Tiffany being pregnant. Like she's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Felicia worries that um, she will have to go face to face with Ryan if Jessica fucks shit up, which is probably going to happen. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And doesn't Felicia call as his mom at some point too?
Call whose mom?
Doesn't she pretend to be his mom at
Yeah,
one?
she does. She was not like on the computer or something, and
Yeah, like they made like a foot, like things that they couldn't do back then, but
yeah,
you can do.
yeah,
Yeah, so that gets to him even worse.
right. And the
Um,
voice of the computer sounded like Audrey.
yeah, I think it was it probably was Audrey because
It might have been. I don't know.
they're all doing this shit to him.
Yeah.
And Ryan's mom sends him an email, and that's the last I got of that. I do like. I don't know. I'm very more like. I guess because things are probably moving along a little bit better in these episodes.
Mhm.
So, the Tracy stuff. Marco and Tracy are plotting against Paul. See, I thought Marco was trying to help Paul, but he actually was trying to help Tracy
Right.
to lure Paul to that warehouse. Ned and Julia fight. Scotty comes by. They miss Dominique. There's a flashback of Lucy modeling, and I guess I wanted Dominique to be a model at some point. This was before I watched, so I don't know what the situation was. I think it was like early '92. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Ned gloats to Julia about Paul. He's being a total dick to Julia. I'm over him, as Julia
Oh my
is.
god. I'm glad she's like finally seeing him for who he is.
So annoying. Tracy is too. They get on my nerves. They're just like
Mhm.
gnats. Like you just want to swat them. Garcia busts Paul at the warehouse with the other cops. They all find him. Ned and Trace, obviously, because Tracy probably reported it. Ned and Tracy torment Paul at the police station. Julia ends it with Ned. She's over it. Thank God. I'm over it too.
Me
Paul,
too.
Paul Paul and Tracy argue in front of Dylan. I guess this is when he got out of jail
Yeah.
temporarily. Lila asks Edward about what he knows about Paul. She asks Tracy as well, and she doesn't believe that Paul's bad. She's like, the Paul I know is not a bad guy. Like, I don't think he would do this to us. Like,
No.
we all know Lila's always right, so whatever. And she doesn't even trust Tracy. She's like, yeah, whatever. And Tracy's always like, whatever, mom, you never believe me.
Mhm.
And it's true because you're an asshole, Tracy. And your mom, I love how Lila looks at her. She's just like, she's just not having it. She's over her daughter's antics.
Right.
Ned tries to get Julia back, but she ain't having it. Brenda pops in at this point. I threw that in her story in their storyline because this was when she was around. She kind of taunts Ned, doesn't understand her sister, and then she does make that remark that you had said earlier, like,
Hmm.
how could she give up a guy like you, type thing. Um, is that all I have? I think that's all I have for them.
Okay.
Um, I I hate Ned.
Yeah.
Of course, Wally Kurth is a great actor and a great man. I met him, and he's seriously like one of the nicest guys. We talked about Morgan Fairchild when I did meet him. He's like, it's so funny because like on Days, the whole character. I don't know if you knew. You don't watch any Days, right?
Not really, but I know he was on there. Yeah.
So Morgan Fairchild came on Days for like a year, and she was supposed to be on for his character, kind of like getting people back, and they had like one scene together the whole entire time. So you're like, right? They kind of messed up with that storyline. It's a shame. It could have been really good if they kind of included them two together to make it more like why Morgan is trying to get him,
Hmm.
but they don't. Um, Last story is Scotty and Lucy. An old friend of Lucy's come to town for the memorial service of Dominique, and it's Regina Bell, R&B superstar.
Yeah.
Um, she sang her 1992 hit "If I Could," which they said that Dominique wrote as a poem for Scotty, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah. They
Uh,
did that.
and those out there that don't know who Regina Bell is, look up the song with Peebo Bryson from Aladdin called "A Whole New World," and you will know. She slays. Um, Gailey and Scott talk about the service. Lucy reads something Dominique wanted her to read or whatever. She
Hmm.
has her friend Regina sing. And we never see this friend again, I'm assuming, because it's,
No.
a guest appearance. Lucy helps Scott with Dominique's clothes, like getting rid of stuff, I guess, giving it to Goodwill. I don't know really what they're doing with the stuff. Lucy mentions moving into Dominique's apartment.
Yeah.
Where's she living at? She lives above Kelly's? At
Well,
Kelly?
yeah. Hmm.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yep.
I don't think we ever see Lucy at home. I guess we see her at Kelly's, but like just interacting with other people. Lucy sees Felicia and passes out.
Yeah. That's
I
fun.
I did, I did, it was funny, but at the same time I was like, "Oh my god, the baby." Um but yeah, I didn't realize that she didn't know that like she wasn't included in that whole mess because everybody else is except for Tiffany, so I assumed that Lucy knew too.
Right.
Which now this is probably even worse because now Tiffany's gonna be like, even Lucy knows. Like, when like nobody in town really trusts Lucy until
No.
now, kind of. Sly checks in on Scotty. Lucy promises the baby will be fine. They get ready for Dominique's will reading after the memorial service. I guess it's a day later. I don't know, unless they do it the same day.
Right.
He doesn't want to go, but Lucy talks him into going. Sly and Julia are at the will reading. Sly's like, I don't know why I would be invited to this, but whatever. Lee, Gail, and Scott, Steve, Bobby, Tony, everybody's there.
Yep.
Sly gets football tickets, so
Cute.
kind of guaranteed like Scotty would have like somebody to go with. I thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
Julia gets a Bahama house. I'm like, how first, where did Dominique come from to have all this money? I don't think I knew that.
Loaded. Like, she's loaded. Her father was the one who left her all the money, and we will find
Yeah.
out more about that in a few months, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did parents come to town?
No. It's Catherine Bell. We'll find out more about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um, she funds something at GH for in Bobby and Tony's name.
Mm-hmm.
She gives $10 million for research for the pediatric wing. For Steve, Steve's like blown away, which I
Yeah.
would be. Lucy gets 10% ownership in Deception, which is where I guess she gets involved in Deception, right? Besides
Yeah,
being a mom,
she already had Deception. She just has more, I think.
she just has more.
Yeah.
Lee and Gail get a New York penthouse.
Yeah.
Uh, and then $100 million worth of real estate and stuff goes to Scotty and the baby.
Yeah. And Lucy's eyes, she wants I think she wants Scotty back. I
I got scared because I was like, because Lucy's like, you're rich, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want
want
Dominique,
my wife back, yeah.
and yeah, and then Lucy's eyes are just like money. I was like, I'm like, Luce.
Yeah, you've turned over a new leaf, Lucy. Come on now.
And I did forget to mention that Ryan did go off on Audrey later on, and that's when he got like real crazy. Like he almost like ripped her. And
Yeah.
Audrey got scared. She's like, I saw it in his eyes. His eyes. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's a killer, Audrey, and you keep fucking with him.
What
Of
do you
course you're gonna
expect?
get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're blonde, right? Like, you're what he's looking for, girlfriend. So, and I,
Yeah. His
that's why,
mom was a blonde older woman. Yeah.
yeah. So I think Audrey's definitely going to get something, and it ain't going to be nice.
No.
Um, and you know what? It's everybody in town's fault for being involved in this cockamamie plan that's going on far too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. It's a fun storyline for everyone to be involved, but at the same time, you get what you get. Sorry, everyone. You're messing with a serial killer. Have fun. You get what you get. You get sliced. You deserve it. I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not gonna shed a tear for you. Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really into these episodes.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
really good.
a really good May sweeps for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do want Holly to have a little bit more of something, but not this storyline. So
Yeah, they need to give her more to do. Like, I mean, she's literally just chilling. Like, she's not even mad about Victoria. I mean, she is, but she's not saying anything.
right. I don't hate Victoria because I don't know her. So I'm like, she's there and she cares more about Sly than his dad.
I'm wondering how long she's around for because I don't remember her.
Well, I think IMDb, I think it like said 7 episodes, but like on there, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It could be like 20 episodes, it could be 30, but they like down for a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia, like it's an okay storyline, but Felicia's kind of boring because she's stuck in the attic.
Yeah. Max
So
in jail, so like he's just chilling in jail.
so we need some progression with that story, which I'm assuming will probably be next week or maybe sooner than that because Ryan is close to snapping.
He is.
Well, maybe even next episode. I don't know.
That would be fun if that's what happened.
And Jess, I almost feel like Jess might team up with Ryan. I don't know.
Yeah, it could go a lot of different ways. Yeah.
Because I'm definitely getting like some Fatal Attraction vibes. And again, that's your fault, Sean. It's your fault.
No, you know what? Jessica has a history of being, Scotty was the first who rejected her for Dominique, and she wasn't happy about that. So
But then it's even worse. So you knew
more. Yeah.
that
So
he's in.
Jessica's bound to snap.
Oh my gosh. And AJ, Nikki, I don't know. I'm guessing. So I'm guessing, yeah, like Nikki probably won't come back with him. He'll probably hate his dad still because of the trust fund threat.
And now he knows that Alan, threatened to cut him off if he married Nikki, so he's not happy
Right.
with that either.
And and then I guess he'll just fight Jagger at some point. I don't know what other storyline he would be.
Yeah,
Um,
I know what happens, but I won't say anything.
anything. So I know
But I
now.
think you'll like it. I like it. What they have coming up with AJ. I like it. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany, like I said, it ain't gonna be pretty when she finds out because she probably won't find out a nice way. Jessica probably will. I don't know. I know Jessica's probably gonna have something to do with her finding out.
I don't remember how she finds out, so I'm excited to see again. Maybe
Mm.
I probably saw it before, but I don't remember.
I wish Sly would just move in with Scotty, and be his son.
I know.
I didn't care about Sly before, but like you said, and is happening. He's neglected child, so
Yeah.
yeah. But it's a shame that he blames Holly because it's not her fault that he keeps going off and trying to find that Victoria. Now he found her.
Karen
But
and I have a way to bring Sly back. We said he's the one that's running Eckert's Bakery the whole time. He's been in Port Charles all the time, and he just appears one day.
they really should have put him with Scotty, and then like, or
Mhm.
even well, I guess they could have done a lot more with Port Charles than they did. I guess like knowing this stuff that's happening here, you know.
Right.
Um,
Well, I know where he ends up. So, I mean, he is on the show after Bill leaves the show, so he'll be around for a while.
oh, so he'll probably will go with Jenny then. I'm guessing. And then Jagger, I guess he'll find somebody next week
I wonder when Stone comes on because it should be pretty soon. Oh,
and
there
be
was a little thing. Karen's having like flashbacks too, which was interesting as well.
yeah. And you told me that was something that's coming up too. I remember that from before.
Yeah,
Uh,
so it's definitely coming up. So we're leading into that.
yeah, so something's going on, which
Mhm.
I'm gonna guess leads into her stripper life because I
Yeah,
do know.
I'm gonna say it. You're correct.
'Cause I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know what else would. She seems like a
Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
I don't know. But all right. Thank you, subscribers and Patreon subscribers. Follow us to Patreon to watch May 21st, 1993. Um, and let's see what's going on. Let's see if there's a cliffhanger with Ryan, which I'm thinking it's probably going to be.
Yeah.
Um, let us know. Did you watch back then? What did you feel about these storylines? We're curious to hear from you guys.
Yeah. Let us know what y'all
Uh,
thought about the GH at this time.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Hmm.
So thanks again and see you on Patreon. Bye, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.